I know what some of you all are saying. The title of this video is crazy, it's a scam, be careful of this dude. I mean, how to write a script for YouTube and make over $1,000? Please. But honestly, it's like my profession now to write scripts. I write 3 to 5 scripts per week, and as you can all see from these screenshots, most of my videos, which I'd say about 9 out of 10, go on to make over $1,000. And if they haven't yet, it's just a matter of time. It's easy for an outsider to just look at these results and say I'm some sort of genius who's born with the gift of writing scripts, but I'm gonna be transparent with you. It wasn't always like this. When I was first starting out, my scripts were very bad, like horrible. If you read through some of them, you would laugh. So just some background information, I grew up in Canada, so English is my first language. But at the same time, I was like a C+ student back in English in high school, so it's not like I had a huge advantage there. However, I knew that to succeed as a faceless YouTuber, I had to learn how to write great scripts. So I studied and practiced, and learned enough to get to where I'm at today. And the reason why I spent so much effort on learning this craft is because the script is the foundation of a great video. You know, you can have like the best voiceover ever, like the best video edits ever, but if your script is not good enough, you're not gonna have a good video. One great example of this in Hollywood is the 2017 movie The Mummy. You know, this movie featured one of the best actors that money could buy, Tom Cruise. It had great visual effects, like top notch. And the budget, well, that was over like $100 million, and yet, look at the reviews. 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 2 out of 5 on Common Sense Media, and a boatload of 1-star reviews on Google Reviews. Now, in a movie theater, most people stick it out till the end of the movie and then complain about it afterwards. But on YouTube, do you know what they do? Yeah, they just click to the next video, which lowers your audience retention, and when YouTube's algorithm knows that your video stinks, it won't promote it to wider audiences. Therefore, all the time, all the money you spent on the video goes down the drain. Luckily for you though, I'm going to share with you today some of my best strategies that I use on writing great YouTube scripts. These are the same strategies that I'm currently using to create scripts which make over $1,000. And without further ado, let's get started. The first step is to have a plan. You know, when I first started writing a script, I didn't do any research prior to writing the scripts. Using Google Docs, I just started typing, and by the end of it, I got off track. For example, the title of the video could have been 10 things you didn't know about dogs, and by the end of the video, I'd be talking about like cats. It was so bad, and I feel completely embarrassed when I look back at some of those old scripts. What I do now instead is, I organize everything before I start writing. What kind of intro do I want? What points do I want to talk about? What order do I want to talk about them in? And so on and so forth. Doing so didn't just make things easier for me, but my audience loved it too. And how can I tell? Well, by my audience retention graphs. And here is an example. When I first started out, my scripts were so bad that oftentimes I'd have a video with only 6% of the people watching it by the end of it. Whereas now, check this out, I'm able to have about 50% of viewers watching it till the very end. And a huge reason why I was able to have this difference in result is planning. So before you write any script, make sure to plan it out. Now, the next strategy I use is what I like to call keep it original. These days, everyone is copying each other's videos, which is even more apparent when you hire writers off Fiverr or Upwork. You know that every video is the same. And do you know how audiences react to that? Well, they just immediately click off. One way I combat this is, before I do any research, I actually think everything out myself and jot down my thoughts. What do I already know about this topic? What do I need to know in order to write a great script? What are the questions I have? You know, jotting down what you already know and forming your own thoughts prior to a script, prior to making any outside research, makes it about as original as it could be, in my opinion. And this is a reason why I have much higher retention rates than most of my competitors and As a result, my audience loves it, I get more views, and thus more money. And once your audience loves your videos, this is actually how brands on YouTube are created. The last strategy I use is what I like to call the 4-punch combo. Whenever I finish writing a script, it is never just done. In fact, I make it a rule for myself that I go over and edit the script 4 times before I hand it in to the voiceover artist. It's during these 4 edits that my first rough draft goes over a complete makeover. I catch so many errors when I go over these edits, and I catch so many parts that can be touched upon. You know, if I were to hand in my initial scripts, honestly, I'd probably be pulling in about $3,000 per month instead of $30,000. Like, they are that bad. And that's another reason why my audience retention rates were so bad before. It's because I didn't review and edit the script 4 times. Anyways, these are some of my main strategies that I use to write scripts that make over $1,000. But wait, I'm not finished here yet. Chances are, most people watching this video are beginners, and I have one bit of advice to you all. I understand everyone wants to automate these days with freelancers on Upwork because it's easy and we want to do the least amount of work to succeed. But the truth is, 99 people out of 100 who automate probably lose money because they all hire the same writers. I know that through experience, and also like 97% of writers these days on Upwork are horrible. I mean, they just copy the information off another video, or they get ChatGPT to write it out for them. You guys don't want to have a bad foundation for your videos, aka you guys don't want bad scripts. Because if you guys do that, you guys will end up spending money or time on the voiceover and edit, and you guys will end up with a bad product. So my advice is, learn how to write good scripts yourself first. That way, when you do decide to freelance, you can check and edit their scripts before you start the automation process. So if there's one area that you want to automate last, it's the script. So guys, I hope you guys got value from this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and like always, I will see you in the next video.